you mentioned in your presentation that this is not really your first rodeo when dealing with the historical site. What does it take, or what does your team do to really honor and respect some of the sites that have been around for, I mean sometimes hundreds of years?
Sure. Well, personally, I have a background in doing Halloween at historic sites. I've done Halloween at Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia, historic property there. I've also done Halloween at the Queen Mary in Long Beach, California. Our company also does Halloween at Old Joliet Prison in Chicago. So we're used to the nuances of working in these buildings that are historic. And I think there's things you have to take into account from the very beginning. So we always try and be respectful and honor the history of the property. But then there's also the physical things that you have to be, thinking about. The fabric, the historic fabric of a lot of these buildings is fragile. And so we have to do certain things to either protect that fabric, to make sure we're not scaring guests into that historic fabric. There are properties like Winchester where there are certain areas where we're going to build some environments that are going to be seamlessly intertwined with this historic set that you couldn't recreate, and we can't attach to a wall. We can't screw into a wall. So we do a lot of kind of special techniques to make sure that we're not damaging those buildings. But I think it really just comes down to being respectful. And I think that, as Walter said, this is a grand property. It's so unique. It's mysterious. It's magnificent. And so many people would love to do Halloween here. And I think that it's a real opportunity for our company to partner with Winchester to work on Halloween Festival Fright Nights at Winchester Mystery House.
So what can guests expect at Festival Fright Nights?
So this is an entirely new Halloween event. Festival Fright Nights is a festival, and so the entire Winchester Mystery House property is going to be activated. The entire mansion, the outbuildings, the grounds. When guests arrive, they're going to be welcomed in. There will be VIP experiences, so VIPs can have a cocktail party right in the front mansion. So you can come to Winchester Mystery House and actually walk through the front door of the mansion and have a cocktail inside, a little masquerade party, before you step into the first attraction. Winchester Mystery House will have 3 attractions that are included with every single ticket type. So 2 of those main attractions are situated in the mansion, and 1 is situated in the outbuildings. Plus, we have 2 additional experiences on property that are add-ons, so they're not included in every ticket type. And then we're going to have entertainment. We're going to have roving actors. We have themed food and beverage. We have, retail and other things. So it's designed to be a festival that attracts a broad, wide audience. It's certainly going to be a scary event, but there's lots of opportunities for elevated experiences, for immersive experiences, for theatrical experiences. So it's not just, a haunted house. It really is a robust Halloween festival, taking advantage of every nook and cranny of this property.
That's a big property, so guests are gonna have a good time really just getting to know the place if you haven't been here, or if not, if you've been here, just really getting to, like you said, really appreciate every nook and cranny.
Yep.
And speaking of that, what are some of your favorite things about the house that got you excited about working here?
Well, it's taken me about 2 months just to figure out how to get around the house. I mean, there's so many doors and windows to nowhere and so many rooms. But I think, what's cool about working here is just this property is magnetic, I would say. Like when I came to Winchester Mystery House and I started talking to the staff about what it's like to work here, telling me about the history, telling me about the mansion, it was really clear that everybody is so passionate about this project. And so I really love just walking around the mansion, and I think that, it could really be haunted. When we're here at night and we're walking around, it is super spooky. You hear things and you don't know if it's, your imagination. Is it a soundtrack that was left on? Is it a ghost? But I think that the mansion itself is perfect for Halloween because it's so confusing. And so I think, we've intentionally picked paths that, include some of the must-sees that people come to Winchester Mystery House. So, at Halloween, you're going to see Sarah's bedroom. You're going to see the door to nowhere. You're going to see the steps to nowhere. You're really going to get to go around throughout the entire mansion, but we've designed the paths to be intentionally confusing. And so you saw today on the press event, we took people up to the roof. We took people down to the basement and really everything in between, which I think is going to be really cool.
We noticed it because we were just at the staircase. Wait, what? And then, so yeah, it's a magnificent house. You answered actually my one of the questions I had, the last one, which was kind of a fun one. Any paranormal experiences so far being in this house?
Well, I've only been here once, like at night so far, and I will tell you, our entire team was creeped out. We were getting scared either by each other unintentionally or by just noises we heard. But I mean, I think that, there are so many people that believe this property is haunted, that have had experiences here. And, tonight they're doing a paranormal investigation and it's sold out. So I definitely think, we're capitalizing on the real history of Winchester Mystery House. We're capitalizing on the paranormal activity here. And then we're also taking, a creative license to weave in these stories that build on those two things. So it really should be a fun, immersive, and of course, scary experience this fall.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. I'm so excited to come back this fall.
Awesome. We'll see you soon. Festival Fright Nights at Winchester Mystery House.